From the worst villains who couldn't outsmart a goldfish, to the most ruthless masterminds who rewrote reality itself, this is the ultimate Disney villain tier list. Some are pure nightmare fuel, and some, well, let's just say they wouldn't even make it past level 1 in a boss fight. Hands. The man fumbled harder than my Wi-Fi connection during a Zoom call. Bro had the win in his hand. Just kiss her. That's it. But no, he chose villain monologue on hard mode and blew the whole operation. Also, fun fact, Hands is slang for clown in Germany. Coincidence? I don't think so. F tier. His evil plan could have been outplayed by a 5-year-old with common sense. Scar. The uncle none of us wanted. Ruthless, calculated, and gave us the most traumatic childhood moment since stepping on a Lego. He had the perfect plan, except he hired the Dumb and Dumber hyena duo as his team. One job. You had one job. S tier. Queen of Hearts. Basically a toddler in a dress. Screams off with their heads every 5 minutes because someone blinked wrong. Honestly, she's just a medieval Karen with a crown. Disney's first ever customer complaint hotline, but with guillotine. D tier. Bill Cipher from Bill Cipher, triangle demon with infinite power and zero respect for reality. Literally reshaped the universe, and still lost to an old man's right hook, but plot twist. Multiverse Bill is winning in every other timeline. So, technically, still the GOAT? S tier. If you're still here, you're clearly into villain chaos. Subscribe now, or Hades might put you on payroll. Clayton from Tarzan. Jungle hunter with the persistence of a dude texting "hey" 47 times. Bro was ready to chase Tarzan into the Shadow Realm. And then, he went full Tarzan himself. Straight into the noose. Nature really said, Uno reverse. A tier. Ursula from The Little Mermaid, Sea Witch, contract scammer, and probably the reason Ariel never read the terms and conditions again. She played everyone like a fiddle, until a boat played her ribs like a xylophone. A tier. Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Peak gym bro energy. Spends more time looking in the mirror than actually being evil. His villain plan? Simping for Belle, aggressively. B tier. Bro skipped leg day and paid for it with that final fall. Speaking of gym bros, wait till you hear about the villain who tried to kidnap gorillas. Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. Evil? Kinda. More like a walking therapy session. Half his plans start with "when I was a child" and end with Perry ruining his Tuesday. B tier. Honestly, he's one bad childhood away from being the Joker. Hades from Hercules. Disney's Saul Goodman. Talked fast, scammed gods, and was the only villain who felt like he had taxes to pay. Low-key, most relatable Disney villain. We all hate our jobs. S tier. Madame Medusa from The Rescuers. She wanted a diamond and got eaten by her own crocodiles. That's it. That's the plot. D tier. Honestly, she's the NPC of Disney villains. Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. The Disney villain that made you realize, oh, this movie isn't for kids. Dude committed every crime in the medieval book, all while thinking he was the good guy. Also, he tried to burn down Paris because a woman rejected him. S tier. Bro was the original nice guy, but with arson. Tamatoa from Moana. Giant crab, loves gold, and low-key sounds like he's from New Zealand's Got Talent. A little less evil villain, a little more drag queen seafood special. B tier. Shiny? Yes. Deadly? He's more like a crab that shops at Gucci. Horned King from the Black Cauldron. Literal Satan with antlers. Looks
terrifying,
but has the personality of a wet sock. Peak scary vibes, but zero charisma. C tier. Honestly, he's what you get when you order Sauron off Wish. Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. Fashion icon, puppy thief, driving instructor's worst nightmare. A tier. She wanted a dog coat, but ended up looking like the villain of Fast and Furious. Jafar from Aladdin. Creepy, manipulative, and probably still sliding into Jasmine's DMs from the afterlife. A tier. Power hungry, but also just kinda thirsty. Mother Gothel from Tangled. Disney's CEO of gaslighting. She didn't need magic, just passive-aggressive comments and toxic mom energy. A tier. Kept Rapunzel locked up, called her fat, then fell out of a tower. Karma speedrun. Shan Yu from Mulan. Built like a tank, stared down the Great Wall like it owed him money. This man was ready for war, but his whole army, outplayed by fireworks and a cross-dressing Mulan. B tier. Ultimate Warrior defeated by Disney's version of a gender reveal. Captain Hook from Peter Pan. Pirate captain with drip and trauma. This man is literally fighting a child and losing every day. His biggest enemy is a clock and a crocodile. B tier. Bro's life is a cartoon. Feared on the seas, except by anyone under the age of 10. Captain Hook may not know how to fight, kids, but you know how to hit that subscribe button, right? The core from Amphibia. Evil A. I hive mind that turned into the moon. Yes, the moon. This villain went from plotting to becoming a celestial body. That's boss level evil. Elon Musk somewhere taking notes. S tier. Callahan from Big Hero 6. Mask on? Cool. Mask off? Dad vibes. He was just angry because his daughter disappeared. Relatable. But for a tech genius, he really flopped at the end. Bro just ran out of nanobots and got arrested like it was a parking ticket. D tier. Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog. Disney's smoothest villain. This man could sell you swamp water for $500 and make you say thank you. But he fumbled the bag, literally. Didn't pay his debt, and his friends on the other side repossessed his soul like a cursed credit card bill. S tier. Imagine getting dragged to hell because you missed one payment. Sounds like my student loans. Lady Tremaine from Cinderella. Disney's OG passive-aggressive queen. She didn't need magic, just emotional damage and keys to every door in the house. B tier. Cinderella had talking mice, and she still couldn't escape this woman's pettiness. Lord Hater from Wander Over Yonder. Space tyrant with emotional issues. Wants to destroy the galaxy, but also cries when someone calls him cringe. Also, bro had a whole simp arc. B tier, peak villain, until he saw a pretty face. Turbo from Wreck-It Ralph. The original rage quitter. Bro couldn't handle losing in Mario Kart, so he hacked the whole game. Respect the hustle, but turning into a bug, kinda gross. A tier. Villain arc powered by controller disconnecting mid-race trauma. Bill Sykes from Oliver and Company. Mafia boss with a terrible GPS. Dude ran his whole crime empire like it was GTA until he literally drove into a train. C tier. Points for intimidation. But bro, check your blind spots. Rourke from Atlantis. Military man with trust issues on hard mode. Bro joined the mission for Atlantis, but his heart was only set on the bag. His reward? Turned into a human glow stick and exploded. A tier. Magica D-Spell from Magic Dispel. Witch with drip and attitude. She had magical powers and still lost to a bunch of ducks and baseball caps. B tier. Honestly, girl, the magic is great, but maybe hit the gym too. Chib Whistler from Big City Greens. Local menace who throws tomatoes and loses fights to children. Peak neighborhood watch but evil energy. He tried to be a villain but ended up as the town clown. D tier. Bro got folded by a 10-year-old twice. Zma and Kronk, comedy gold. Isma had evil plans, but Kronk had Wumbo energy. Together? A villain duo that gave us wrong lever and broke our ribs laughing. Isma's evil, but Kronk cinnamon roll with muscles. A tier. Smash subscribe or you might end up falling down a trapdoor too. Mina from Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Started as a hero, ended up as a full-time lunatic. Bro went from protecting the kingdom to I will destroy everything different from me. It's like she read one conspiracy theory and ran with it. And somebody get her a Snickers please. B tier. The chairman. Big ghost boss energy, but barely does anything. He's basically a floating HR manager for the afterlife. C tier. Like, bro, you're a literal undead overlord, and yet you show up once every 10 episodes? The Huntsman from American Dragon. The I must destroy all dragons guy. But never really says why. Like, dude, did a dragon steal your lunch money? B tier. Also, imagine training your whole life to slay dragons only to get outplayed by a teenager. Derek from Milo Murphy's Law. A time-traveling pistachio monster that wants to take over the world. Yes, that's real. No, I don't know what Disney was on. Bro's entire villain plan sounds like it was written at 3 a.m. after eating too much cheese. D tier. Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. Evil fairy queen, dramatic icon, and queen of overreactions. Didn't get an invite to a baby shower? Yeah, totally justifies cursing a child. A tier. And let's not forget, she turned into a literal dragon just to settle a grudge. Teika from Moana. Imagine being so mad that you become a whole volcano. All she wanted was her heart back, and honestly, relatable. Someone stole my food once, and I almost reacted the same way. A tier. Doris from Meet the Robinsons. Evil hats that mind control people. Yup, a hat. Literally a glorified AirPod Pro with villain ambitions. C tier. King Magnifico from Wish. Disney hyped him up as the most evil villain ever. And then he started singing. D tier. Bro had so much potential, and then turned into a SoundCloud rapper. King Magnifico sang his way to an L, but you can hit subscribe and take a W. The Sorcerer from Randy Cunningham. Classic evil ancient wizard trapped for eternity villain. He spent most of the show stuck in a hole, talking smack, and sending minions to do his dirty work. B tier, like bro, maybe just climb out? Toffee from Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Cold, calculating, and built like a lizard mafia boss. He didn't scream, he didn't monologue, he just outplayed everyone. Bro took over an entire kingdom and made it look easy. S tier. Peak villain energy. Never raises his voice, still the scariest dude in the room. Elam Slim from Home on the Range. The man hypnotized cows by yodeling. Like, forget weapons. This man said, let me drop a country album real quick, and took over an entire herd. C tier. Bro had an S tier music career, but a C tier villain plan. The evil queen from Snow White, the original Disney villain, had magic, had power, had a castle, and lost to a teenager and some dwarves. Her biggest weakness? Mirrors and self-esteem issues. B tier. She really threw away an entire kingdom over a beauty contest. The Shadow Blot from Epic Mickey. Giant inky void monster trying to erase Mickey Mouse from existence. He was terrifying, but also looked like an unfinished Pixar animation. B tier. King Andreas from Amphibia. Big, blue, and built like a Warhammer boss battle. S tier. He had betrayal, deception, a massive mech suit, but somehow still got folded by 3 middle schoolers. The coachman from Pinocchio. Bro was literally running a child trafficking operation and nobody talks about it. Disney villains be like, I want to take over the world. This man said, nah, I want to turn kids into donkeys and sell them. A tier. This wasn't a villain, this was an episode of Criminal Minds waiting to happen. Randall from Monsters. Evil lizard man with a PhD in sneakiness. He wanted to steal screams from kids, but somehow he was the one who ended up screaming. B tier. Belos from the Owl House. Manipulated an entire society, wiped out magic, gaslit everyone, and still came back after being defeated. Dude really said, villain arc. Nah, multiple villain arcs, S tier. This man died like 3 times and still came back stronger. Respect. Thanks for watching our Disney villains tier list. If you enjoyed this epic showdown, be sure to check out our other videos for more insane tier lists and wild content. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.